I'm recording live from FinCon.mp4 here in beautiful, lovely, exotic Portland, Oregon at the Oregon Convention Center. And I'm here with my friend, someone I've met over the last couple of years at prior FinCons, Mr. Tim Smith, financial coach, fitness coach, right? Because you're all into fitness. I'm sorry, and his primary platform actually is Instagram. So his Instagram handle is Mr. Timothy David. But you just said fit and wealthy,
That's right?
Fit and wealthy. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I got that right before I say something else. Anyway, so today I just wanted to take a little bit of your time because I know your wealth of knowledge. In light of the big, beautiful bill, now it's going to, for a lot of borrowers, it's going to raise their student loan payments. In fact, in a lot of cases, it's going to double their student loan payments. But also the borrowing limits is going to force families to either save more for college and or have to clean up their credit, because if they go to private student loans, their credit score and debt to income matters, all that stuff, right? So I just wanted you to share some tips. So I guess let's start with those who are already in student loan repayments. So their payments either have doubled or about to double.
Yep.
They got to look at their budget.
What can they do?
What do you tell them?
For me, I think that you should think about when you're trying to figure out how to cut costs. You look at some of your key expenses. One thing that you're always going to have to pay every month is your cell phone bill, right? I know a lot of us have those bigger carriers, and we think that T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T are the only carriers. Oftentimes, you can cut your cell phone bill significantly, probably about by 75%, by going with a prepaid carrier, such as Visible or Cricket or Tello, something that is operating on the level of like the larger carriers, but just using that network to gain access to your cell phone bill.
Right, like you said, because a lot of them, they use the major carrier networks for signal anyway, right? So you're getting the brand name service, but at a much lower cost. Okay, so that's helpful. And I'll ask you for one more other area that may have a big impact on family budget where they can free up some room.
One quick one is trying to save on your rent. I know it's easier said than done. If you have rent or mortgage, with a mortgage, if you have a mortgage and you have that constantly every month, what you can do is if you have an ability to pay like a lump sum, you could get the loan recast, and that is where you pay a lump sum of $5,000 or more on your mortgage, and you just negotiate with your mortgage lender, and they can actually lower your monthly payment but keep the same terms of your loan.
Yeah, that's a great tip. I don't think enough people think about that, right? Yeah, okay, that's great. So are there any areas, and just in your opinion, right, that you've seen working with people, are there any areas that maybe don't have as big of an impact in their monthly budget? So sometimes people are like, oh, I'm going to cut this, but it really doesn't make that big of a difference.
I don't think cutting out lattes always makes a big difference. I'm not about the latte. It's concentrating on the boulders in your budget. That is your transportation costs, housing costs, and the last one, your food costs. Because people kind of just never pay attention to how much you're eating every month or spending not eating. If you track that a little bit tighter, sometimes you can save a whole lot.
Okay. Time out for a second. All right, so I'm just going to have you take a half step towards me, just getting the shot. Sorry. Okay. All right. Okay. Good. All right. So that's a great tip, right? So because I know oftentimes people will think about like, oh, you got to cut out the Starbucks, the lattes, right? But you're right. Like some of these other moves may be actually bigger dollars than cutting out your one or two coffees a day.
Absolutely.
Right?
Focus on the boulders, not the pebbles in your budget.
Okay. So by the way, so just off the wall question, what's the biggest crazy expense you've ever seen working with gold? Is there one that ever just stood out? No judgment here, right? Like it is what it is. It's just like, but when you saw it, like, oh my goodness.
I think like DoorDash expenses.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like they just kill your food budget. One time I saw a expense for McDonald's, like cheeseburger or like just like a McDonald's meal or something, like $50 because of the tip,
right,
and the travel and the distance, and $50 for some McDonald's. I just don't think that is a worthy space. But sometimes, maybe $50 is worth it. McDonald's.
Well. And I mean, I will eat McDonald's on occasion, not very often. $50 worth. That's...
McDonald's costs you two ways in your health and your...
that's a little, I'm not sure I can make that argument. But so actually speaking of, so there's a whole nother side of your practice where you where you're really focused on fitness, right?
Yes.
And I know, like when we first met, you were really into it. Talk about that side a little bit and how you connect the fitness and the finances together.
Okay, so fitness requires a lot of discipline, right? And a lot of it's habitual. Like you got to get in the habit, and you got to start small at first of getting in the gym and going every day. The same thing goes with your finances. You have to start small and start to automate it, and that's what starts to build that habit. And it's habits that get you to where you're trying to go, and it's doing it consistently that get you to that number or help you get those goals reached, right? If you don't have those habits formed, sometimes you just fall off of it. But once it's a habit, it just keeps on repeating itself. The same thing with the gym, and that's what it is with the gym. Consistently going, making it a habit, and next thing you know, you'll wake up, you're like, who is this person I'm looking at in the mirror?
Yep.
And the same thing with your finances. When you do it automated that way, you're like, what is this number I got here? I can't believe I'm here.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. By the way, how many days a week do you go to the gym? Because you're in shape, right?
So I try to, when I'm working at a corporate job, sometimes I try to go 2 days or 4 days a week. But what I do is I combine my upper body and lower body workouts together. Or I'll do 2 days upper body and lower, and another 2 days upper body and lower for 4 days a week.
Okay.
And then walk every day.
And walk every day.
20,000 steps or 10,000 steps or more.
Well, I think we're getting that here in the Oregon Convention Center. It's pretty. This is pretty spread out.
I got 25,000 other day.
Oh, really? Yeah. I know. I haven't looked at my count, but my feet feel it. Right? My feet certainly feel it. So anyway, so Tim Smith, thank you so much for being on with me and sharing some great tips. I love it how you combine finances and fitness. That makes total sense of what you're just talking about, right? So again, everyone, please show him some love. His Instagram handle again is Mr. Mr. Timothy David. All right, and the site is Fitness and Wealth.
Fit and wealthy.
Fit and wealthy.
Yeah, you go.
I can speak. Fit and wealthy. And again, as always, please share you're connecting with me on my social medias and make sure you subscribe to the podcast so you can stay up to date on the latest information. That's it for now from the FinCon.mp4 Live. So thank you so much.
Deuces.
That was awesome, man. That was awesome.